ladies and gentlemen, I have a guy here. I had the privilege of coaching him. He's one of the truly professional players that I coached, and he brings his professionalism to the community. Without further ado, I would like him to introduce himself, and he has a lengthy background, and you'll be impressed with his background. So right now, some of the guys in your teammates might be smiling when they see who shows up on the screen. Yeah.
Hi there. My name is Keegan Walker. You probably wouldn't recognize me. I'm a little older now. Yeah, so I'm originally from Scarborough, exactly Huntingwood and Midland area. And I grew up playing with St. Andrew's Soccer Club, and I played with Scarborough Blizzard and Maple Leaf, a little bit with Wexford, played with Scarborough Zuri, and then I got on with the Blizzard reserve team, and then played with played in the NSL for 1 year in '86.
Okay, hold on at the NSL.
Yeah.
Within that journey up to going into the NSL, were you scouted? Was it just your ambition? Did anybody come to you? And this is for the young folks. Did anybody come to you? Did you get that confidence that you were being looked at? Or how did you feel within your progression?
Well, I can remember I wasn't scouted. I remember I had a chance to play with the what year would have been in '86 when they went I showed up for a game, and I was on the bench, and I was a midfielder. I got stuck playing forward many times, but I wasn't a forward, wasn't a very good goal scorer. So they put me up front, and I happened to score 2 goals. And the coach thought I was fantastic. Little did he know I was just lucky. I took a couple shots and scored. So he thought I was a goal scorer. So he put me up front, and I ended up making the team as a forward. But the team we had was so good that I just had to be up front and shoot, and I'd scored. But that was '86, and then we went into the CSL in '87.
Okay, so from there, so basically, because that luck of the draw with your talent and being on a strong team and being up front and being fed and scoring,
yeah,
your confidence must have grew. You must have. I would just want to know the confidence level, because I just set it up for when we actually saw you in Caribbean Stars, because you're boasting with confidence. So within this window, I want to figure out when you get that confidence and stuff. So from there, you get drafted into that league, and what happened till then?
Well, confidence was never really, I think I was probably always more confident than I was, my ability showed for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always wanted to play midfield, and they kept putting me up front, and I don't know why. And then when there was I became super sub. Whenever someone got hurt, I play fullback, and I play midfield and up front, and I just wanted to play midfield. I think that's why I enjoyed when I came with you guys. You stuck me in one position, kept me there the whole year, never changed me. But
that was the first time?
I think so. I think I played
center midfield. So how did you get into the pro circuit now? Before you get to us now, I still want to show the people your progression through all these teams, right? It looked like you went pro. When did you go actually pro? What year and when did you go pro?
Well, '87 was kind of semi-pro, and then '87 was the CSL. Although it was called professional, it was I wouldn't really call it a professional level league. It was, I mean, it was full-time training, but the salary wasn't great, and it wasn't, but I didn't care. I just wanted to play at the best level. I know there was a lot of good players in the Toronto area, but, you know, probably had jobs and things like that, but I just wanted to play at the best level. So that '87 was the very first year of the CSL. So I played with Toronto. I wasn't protected, and Montreal picked me up and drafted me their first year. So I went to Montreal.
That's
I figured I'd go to, no, they were called the Montreal Supra at the time, in '88. So I played there for 5 years, and then the last year there, Saputo's bought them, and that was the first year of the Impact.
Were you there on
Um,
this, Joey Saputo? Were
yes,
you?
yes, yes. And we played well, and then that was the first year we played in the APSL, and that was the final year in Montreal. When I came back here, I ran into you, and
How
that's
did you know about Caribbean Stars now? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. How did you
well,
know
that's it.
about Caribbean Stars? And
As I told you, my memory's not great. I don't recall how I was introduced to the team, to be honest with you. I must have had a practice or a game with you and hit it off.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, we had trials in Lamport. We played 2 games, so it has to be then. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, so that would be the beginning of '95.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because that's the first year. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, he came into the team. We put in the team. We're doing all these trials. We had lots of players and stuff, and you know, it's not just because he was from Montreal or he was pro. I mean, Cam was standing out, and not just standing out in his play, but his work ethics and his professionalism. Now, I know sometimes we are a little lacking, but you know, I always try to keep it at a certain level. How you felt from coming from a professional setting in Montreal into Caribbean Stars, we put all these players together. How you felt the organization was in terms of meeting the needs?
Well, there's two areas. So organization, as far as the team, as the players, I found it a bit, the play of the players, I found a bit, it was strange because they were all just individual players, a typical Caribbean style. You know, they all want to do their own thing, and so it was very different for me to come into that situation where you know, they like to play with the ball and they like to, you know, do their thing, and there's no real team structure, and it's very difficult because you had a lot of talent. And I found with that team, not only did we have so many different players in different styles, but from a given day to the next, I'd see 10 new faces, you know.
Yeah.
And in comes Johnny Williams, and you know, great player, and Mark Gibbs would show up once in a while, and fantastic player, probably the most underrated player I know. And guys like Mike Madonka, and you know, then you had your regulars like Anton Scarrett was there every week, and Fitzroy Crooks and St. Ryan, always there every single week, you know.
But how you say your memory wasn't good, and you actually saying it the way it was. You calling regulars and you calling the guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good because Anton and these guys were the regulars.
Yeah, for sure. And
you were a regular too, so you should know.
Yeah, and Andre, I think it was St. Lucia.
Flanis, yeah.
That's right.
Eric,
yes. Yeah, Eric. That's it. See?
Same Andre, same person.
Yeah. And Gary DeLeon.
Yeah,
he came in.
Yeah. But even though we had to put it together, and yes, it was difficult because the first priority or criteria was trying to get it from different islands to make sure we had the Caribbean flavor, right? The reason why you find Gibbs and Mendonca came in sporadically because we were trying forever to get them, and they had a whole, whether Ghana is part of the Caribbean and all these things, but those things doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned, right? Because as you know, Paul Moore played with Croatia and Woody played with Portugal. So why can't we just deal with what we can deal with? So you're right. We took a little while until the second round where we climbed to the semifinal of the Puma Cup. How you look at that whole experience, Cam? How you look, because again, you weren't Caribbean. I think at the time your in-laws were, and that was good enough. And you seem to have a passion of wanting to be there to play for us. and it was amazing. What was that drive you had? What was that?
Well, I believe it or not, I've never been a huge discipline player, but with that team, I felt like I brought a bit of discipline to the team. In that I had my position, and you had players on that team that when you got the ball, you just knew, like for example, Fitzroy and Anton. I had my head down and I pushed the ball and I knew that they were down making the run, and I just put it into space, and it was pretty easy, especially with Anton with his wheels. You just put it in space and he's gone. And Fitzroy was the finisher, right? So it was. But anyway, for me, I'm not a disciplined type player, but with that team, I felt I needed to be, and it was called upon. So that's kind of the role I filled, and it was strange for me, but I liked it.
Yeah, and you filled that beautifully, man. You filled that. I really, and that's why I wanted you to talk to you, because we kept the name. We're into the media business, affiliated with FIFA and stuff, and I always remember you, and I always felt that that special thank you all the time has to go to you, because you really put us at a level with your professionalism where you are a good example for the players in them, because in our community you can play. Yes, you had to stay in the midfield, but I will tell you why your career was that, in terms because you're an offensive midfielder. You had all the tools. You can kick with both of them, and you go where the opening is. So that's why most coaches would put you there. I even saw you in the indoor, and you still play the same way. You go where the opening is, and that's how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, well, defense is not my strength, so you have to stay.
Yeah, but from the midfield up, I think anything from the midfield up, I won't put you on the flank.
No,
no, I don't think you like that blinding speed. I don't think you think that way. I don't think you like to be calculated, and you're not a flank person. No. So in the preamp you mentioned that you had the opportunity to. How come you weren't in the indoor circuit? What happened with the indoor circuit?
Well, I play. Oh, you mean
when the league, the CISL Puma League went to the indoor?
Oh,
I think you were
okay. Well, I played
with somebody else.
Well, I played with 1 year. I got picked up. Francois Glassman was starting the Shooting Stars, and he kind of asked me to come on board with them, and so a few promises here and there, and I went and played with them.
You're being modest now. That's not a few.
Yeah, and they had a good year. We at the Humber. I think we beat Portugal in the final 2-0. And then after that, I don't recall really there being a league. Just the tournaments we play at Centennial and indoors and things.
Yeah, just for warning for you, you almost got hurt in there, in that if we didn't lose on penalty kicks against Portugal, we destroyed Croatia, and from the outdoor. First, we destroyed Croatia about 5-0 or 5-1, right?
Yeah.
And then we went to penalty kicks with Portugal. Shooting Stars, yeah, you guys look like the team. You look like, because it was a star-studded team, Shooting Stars. But I would have liked to play you guys, but again, penalty kicks, anybody can win. So we lost out on the penalty kicks. Now, you mentioned in the preamp that you also had the opportunity again to team up with Fitzroy Crooks.
Yep.
Who was, by the ladies and gentlemen, the leading scorer. We had offense plus offense in the Puma League. Fitzroy Crooks was the leading goal scorer in the league. Cam and Anton were doing their part to keep him honest in terms of the race. So you said you played with Fitzroy. I don't know if it's recent. And how was he playing, and how did he look to you? Same Fitzroy, or?
Yep. Although indoor, I didn't think he'd be as dangerous, but he was. So our very first game, this was probably going back about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I started a team called Nations United instead of United Nations, Nations United. So every new player that came on the team, the country that he was from, we put a flag on the arm, the sleeve. So we had about 11 different countries. And anyway, he came on, and I remember his very first game. It was I was in the corner, and I just chipped it high, turns, and the most sweet bicycle kick. And he put it right in the corner. And guys are like, who is this guy? He just his first shift. And I'm sure he'll remember that. But yeah.
Yeah, because
And
if you remember him, he gives up his body, eh? I have
yeah,
some pictures of him going on the back of defenders and stuff. So he
yeah.
gave up his body on that
He's
one with the
hungry.
bicycle.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I used to see him at Woody Bailey's school. His sons and my son would go to Woody Bailey's a few years ago, and I'd see him at that.
Okay, so you have a son playing?
Yeah, yeah. My son's with TFC. He's 17. He plays with the U19. Well, he's not playing with them now because no one's playing, but they do Zoom training still 3 times a week. And he's been there about 5 years now.
What's his name?
Keegan Walker. Yeah.
Keegan,
Good little player.
what position he is? Is this like his dad? He's midfield,
No,
putting him forward or what?
No, he's fast and he's skillful. Yeah, it's a good little player. He's quick. He's quick. He's just taken a step in the last couple of years. He's done quite well. So I'm just anxious for them to get back. You know, he's like a thoroughbred. He wants to get out there and play. You know, it's tough on them right now.
What's his IQ level? Is he seeing everything? Is vision good?
Well, you know, he's not. In a
Oh,
nutshell,
he's what,
he's
17 you said? How old is he?
He's 17. He's not that type of player. He's an individual. He likes, you give him the ball and he likes to go and do his thing.
So he's a destroyer then.
Yeah, he's not gonna set people up from the midfield. He'll do it from the wing. He'll beat players and he's quick and he plays simple, and then he does his thing, and he's dangerous. He can score as well.
Well, I'll tell you, he would always be seen because that's the softest part of the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's the softest part of the field.
His favorite is left wing, and he's right-footed, so he can play in the left and then cut in and take shots. So he's yeah. So
yeah. Okay, so you're there with him. You coaching him at all? You give him any?
Not anymore. He won't. He doesn't listen to me. And plus, I can't show him anything.
Nah, I'm sure you can show him.
No, trust me. No, I can't.
How are you doing? How's the business? How you doing?
Good. Well, quite slow right now. I was doing well with. I'm a painting contractor.
You were doing the siding, roofing, or something like that.
No. Painting contractor, and I do wallpaper and small construction renos. But up until the last 2 weeks, I was quite busy. But now this last little shutdown is no one really wants us in their houses. So
okay, so let me put you on a situation here. In the players you play with in Caribbean Stars, can you pick 11?
Well, I remember the keeper, Mark. Was it Mark?
There was two keepers. I don't want to call too much there. If you want me to give you the eligible keepers, it was Patrick Bradley and Mark.
Patrick. Okay. Well, you want me to put 11?
Yeah.
St. Ryan left back. Mark Gibbs right back, and then the center backs.
I'll switch those two. I'll switch them on different sides. So yeah,
okay.
I
can live with that. I can live with that. I probably play alongside Mike Medonk in the midfield, and at back. See, I'm having Sean Long was with us that year.
Yeah, at one time, yes.
Center back, yeah. Dixon maybe center back.
It's up to you, man. I'm not. You sending your team, we'll edit it.
Eric Fanis on the left wing. Up front, Fitzroy. I got to get Johnny Williams in there somewhere. He can play anywhere. I can play him on the wing. He can play right half with Anton on the right wing. And I know Gary De Leon didn't play much, but we got to get him in there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Gary played for the team. I think he played at some time. He came around, but I'm not sure he was a standard.
I think we had about 40 players on the team overall.
Okay, so now you set yourself up for the big question now. You still want a couple of more players to call? You have any more to call?
Yeah. Sure.
What about Chris Ansel?
Well, yeah, when I was there, he never played, but yeah, obviously, yeah.
Chris Ansel? Yeah. Chris, okay.
Yeah, he never played that year, I don't believe. Maybe he came out once, but once or twice. He didn't come out.
We had a little rights situation with him.
Yeah.
He did play.
Obviously, we'd have him starting for sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Baete?
Baete Smith or Peter Firebrace. Sorry. Sorry, Peter.
So forget the 11. Just give me a squad.
Yeah. It's coming back to me now. It's coming back.
Yeah.
Even my accent might come back, you know.
Yeah, Cam. But I remember my friends from New York, they came down for the opening game against Hispania America where we destroyed Hispania America, and they came to me and they said, Midge, Sugars. They call you Sugars, right? And let's say because your game sweet and your hair was a little more brown, you know? And they say, yeah, Midge, Sugars is the man of your team, you know? And I say, yeah, well, professional, you'll see the difference. You must see the difference. And you know, some guys come and they try to be above other people, and you didn't do that. You go like, not even having a say in management, but the way you carry yourself calm, it helped us tremendously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you would still venture to say what you thought and always inspiring the team, like we could do it or whatever, you know. And I can see it. I can see your temperament too. I can see sometimes you lose it on the field, but you keep
temper. No. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed the guys because they made me feel welcome, and they knew I liked being there, so it was both ways. So you know, it was a really good fit. I just it's too bad it couldn't have gone longer, but
yeah, anyway. but I still got you back for the indoor, but you see you can't remember much about it. We got you to play in the Caribbean Stars indoor at Montreal.
Yeah.
You played with Spoilers. You played in black. Yeah. You played with TC. Yeah. And as far as I understand, you were asking Dixon about who's that guy. That guy is a great player.
I remember. Yeah. I was kind of told about him before, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I saw him and I went, really? Okay.
Yeah, you played with him. He played on the same team with you.
I know. And then I saw him and I thought, wow, after the day was out, I was like, wow. Because I remember the ball would go on a scrum and he would come out with it all the time. And he never lost possession of the ball. You know, he was very, very clever, very tricky. And to look at him, you wouldn't expect that, you know, he was, he didn't miss a meal, put it that way.
But that was but you're right. You can misconstrue his whole appearance so that and
that would be a big mistake.
Yeah, one of your biggest embarrassing mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
So well, Cam, I really wanted you on this. We're doing the history of the Caribbean soccer here in Toronto, and is there anything you want to add in terms of that flavor? Did you go to any of the functions, you know, any other little Caribbean teams or whatever that you've been impressed with? Or?
But well, now that you mention it, when I was in Montreal, I played with the Haitian team, which it's funny. It's you don't really in Toronto, the Haitian community doesn't seem to be as strong. Or they don't seem to assimilate as much as they do in Montreal. And I guess it's because the French in Haiti. That's why most of the Haitians went to Montreal, because the French, you know. So, but that was a different flavor. It was more physical and more aggressive. And when we'd play the games in on the Sunday in the gyms.
So
It
you
was-
actually played with them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In the winter when I lived in Montreal, I played with a team, and we were most of the guys that were with the Supra, so the whole community was kind of cheering against us all the time.
Yeah.
And it was very, very violent, and you felt very intimidated in the gyms. So there'd be a lot of people, and it was, yeah. If we lost, we'd hear it, and if we won, we'd hear it a different way. You know, it was like we couldn't win. So, but yeah, totally forgot all about that. Yeah, I can't remember the names of the teams, but you know,
And
we
you-
had about 5 Haitians that were with Supra at the time. Rudy Dallascat, Pierre Richard Thomas, Jean-Robert Toussaint, Gaspar. Yeah, those are just a few names that.
Yeah. Okay. So you never had, other than Caribbean Stars, you never had any other experience in Toronto per se.
Not really, no.
So
no.
we'll take the crown.
Yes.
We'll keep the crown forever in your
Definitely
memory.
the best I ever played for.
Yeah, forever in your memory. And I wouldn't forget you. As long as there's a Caribbean Stars and stuff, I won't forget you. That action shot that I'm gonna put up is the splitting image of you. It says who you are, how you played. I don't know who got that picture in the Puma League, but it really says who you are, changing direction, going another way, you know, and it's a good picture for us to have. A pity I don't have the original, but I want to say from all the guys, thank you, Cam, for bringing professionalism to the organization.
Oh,
It was
thank you very much. It was my pleasure, and thank you to you for all the work you do for the Caribbean community. I know you probably don't get thanked enough, but you do a lot of work, and it's unheralded and probably not appreciated enough. But thank you very much.
all right. So take care and stay safe.
Okay. All right.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.